If you're anything like me, you somehow make the same mistake every year, which is that you blink and the year seems to somehow almost be over, but you haven't accomplished the goals that you set out for yourself way back in January. It can be really frustrating because it feels like this whole year has been a waste and you're already thinking about the new year and how you're gonna have to start over fresh then. One thing I've learned through this process and through having many clients who have been in the same space is that it's not too late to make the goals that you had for this year happen. As a certified health coach who helps my clients approach their nutrition and their movement and all of their health habits from a place of self-love and body love, I know the 3 key signs that you need to make a change before this year is over. Once we cover those, I'm going to tell you the 3 essential steps that you need to take between now and the end of this year so that you can jumpstart your health goals and really feel like you're making progress before you have to wait for the new year to begin. As I mentioned, I'm Sarah. I'm a certified health coach. I help all of my clients approach their healthy habits from a place of body love and self-love, and I work with clients of all ages from all over the world to achieve this. So I have a lot of experience when it comes to feeling frustrated with your habits and letting that negative self-talk stop you from really actualizing what you want to create for yourself in your wellness. 3 signs you need to take action before the year ends. Number 1, you're consistently frustrated. It feels like you've spent this entire year going in and out of trying to have the habits that you want to have, becoming your best self or your dream girl, but then something always comes and messes it up, like a crazy week at work or an unexpected obstacle or even good things in life, but life gets crazy and you totally fall off track. Maybe it was the start of summer, maybe it was the start of the new school year, maybe it's all of a sudden the holidays coming so soon. Whatever it is, it seems like there's always something, and the issue here isn't so much that something keeps coming up, it's that your approach isn't aligned to be flexible to these situations. We're going to cover exactly how to add that flexibility in so that you can find the success that you're looking for. Another sign that you need to take action before the year ends is that you already feel like you've tried everything. You've tried all the diets, you've tried making yourself wake up early, you've tried cutting out certain food groups, you've tried joining a new gym and then you never go. You've tried to find structure and regimen in so many different sources because you think that that's what you need in order to be successful long term with your goals. But you also know that this clearly isn't sustainable or working for you long term, especially when we focus on things like weight loss or body change or other external features. It doesn't motivate you long term. It's too much pressure and it eventually makes you either fall out of rhythm or completely fall out of the habits. The third way that you know that you need to make a change before the end of the year is that you know you can't diet anymore. You're going into the holiday season, you know that you're going to be seeing a lot of friends and family more, you're going to be super busy, it's going to be chaotic, you might not have time for the movement or the nutrition that you want. You're also likely going to be eating a lot of sweet treats, drinking more, eating more in general, and you just want to feel confident in your body and confident in how you take care of it through that chaotic process. But you also know that going into the holidays feeling like you have to limit how many sweets you can have, how many drinks you can have, really pulls you out of the present moment and just makes you feel guilty for every bite, which doesn't feel good either. And through all of it, you still have these goals in the back of your mind of what you've been wanting to achieve all year in your fitness, in your nutrition, and in your self-love. And knowing that they're still getting pushed to the back burner is making you feel even worse. You want to start creating your dream self or the best version of yourself and your health, but that feeling of frustration and defeat, thinking about having to start a new diet or a new exercise plan in January just to be the person that you want to be is exhausting. So you need something different. Something that you've never tried before, something that honors every aspect of your wellness without feeling like you need to change who you are. And it has to be sustainable long term. Luckily, this is what I create with all of my clients, so I know that it's possible, and we're going to get to exactly how you do that. But before you create that for yourself, we have to figure out what you've been doing wrong in the past. One of the biggest mistakes that I hear from new clients when we start working together is just an overall lack of clarity in your vision of what you want to create. You may say to yourself, I want to work out more, I want to eat better, but it's not specific enough for you to actually create those things long term. When I work with my clients, especially in our group program, the Dream Girl Circle, where you become your dream version of yourself, our entire first week is spent visualizing exactly what habits you want to have and how to create that for yourself step by step. Through our workbook, through our group calls, through our group chat, we really create that as a community and as an individual, and it's such a beautiful process to go through. It's so intimidating when you think about these big goals that you want to have and create for yourself versus where you are now, but when you break that down into single small steps that you can take immediately, and then you have a group like the Dream Girl Circle and me holding you accountable, it becomes so much easier, and it actually becomes exciting, not intimidating. The other major mistake that I see in my new clients, especially as we approach the end of the year, is that you're using unsustainable methods. Have you noticed that there's always a new diet trend? Every year there seems to be a new thing that you're focused on, like high protein, low carb, cardio, cycling, Peloton, spirulina, keto, gluten-free, dairy-free. There's always some new trend of what you need to be doing in order to be healthy or be fit, and that's what it is, a trend. What you need is an approach to your wellness that isn't sensational in that way, that's sustainable long-term and customized to your specific body, because we are all different. And you need an approach that you can feel confident in. That's why we need this clarity in your vision, so that you can know that you have an approach to your wellness that is very intentional, that you've designed exactly for your lifestyle, for your schedule, for your body, and for your mind. Seeing my clients create that in our Dream Girl Circle is just so motivating and mind-blowing, because you've never done something like this for yourself before. So seeing my clients start to understand that this is going to be the thing that sticks for them is just so beautiful. Now with that, the third mistake that I see is that you don't have a comprehensive method to make it stick long-term. Now the two major components here are accountability and sustainability. Sustainability, which we've talked about already, but again, that accountability, especially in my group program, this is what we really aim to create. We've got our group chat, we've got one-on-one messaging with me, you've got a workbook that holds you accountable to this work every week, and we have weekly group calls. So many women end up working with me in this group program because they know the accountability is really what they've been missing in all of their past attempts to have your best wellness habits. Having a coach like me to give you support and answer all your questions, as well as a community of women who are in the same space of you, of feeling frustrated but really wanting to find something that sticks long term before this year is up, is so incredibly motivating. Now with all this in mind, let's talk about the 3 steps that you need to take to start building your best physical and mental wellness habits before this year is up. Step number 1, again, is getting really clear in your vision of what you want to create for yourself. So you need to get really clear and write out where you want to be in 2 months, where you are now, and all of the steps in between to get there. Again, if that feels intimidating, that is what we do in the first week of my group program. So doing that with a group might be the perfect thing for you. Step number 2 is making a realistic action plan. So take each step that you identified in step 1 to get you to your goals and start taking action immediately in the smallest of ways. Thinking about the bigger picture can be too overwhelming for us sometimes. Just focus on one action you can take today, tomorrow, the next day, to slowly move along towards your goals. And step number 3 requires you to be really honest with yourself. Figure out what has made you quit on yourself in the past and what's actually going to make you stay accountable. With a lot of my clients, money is a motivator, so committing to a program where they're paying each month to be working with me is super motivating, as well as having someone like me or our community to check in on you, so having external accountability. And figure out what makes you quit. If it's something like making yourself do Pilates and you know you hate Pilates, or forcing yourself to diet and cut calories and it makes you think about food constantly, know that those are not your best practices and what's going to make it work for you. Bringing in outside support for these 3 steps can be so life-changing in this process, especially when you're feeling this pressure before the year is up to make something of it. Being the best version of yourself is not something reserved for other people. It is absolutely something that is accessible to you with the right process. So these steps are awesome for getting you back into your health habits and getting you closer to your goals. But if you're watching this and thinking, I still don't know if this is going to work for me, this is a sign that you need to bring in the outside support. It is not impossible for you to show up consistently for yourself, but again, you need that structure there to hold you accountable and give you the support that you need. When you're working with me, either one-on-one or in my group programs like my Dream Girl Circle, we sit down together and we identify exactly where you are now, why you're stuck, how to move past those obstacles, and the steps that you need to take each day to get you closer and closer to your goals. Just having someone to sit with you and create that action plan and then hold you accountable might be the thing that changes your entire life. And if you're one of my clients, you have messaging access to me and our group chat every single day so that you always have support for your questions, your struggles, and celebrating your wins. I'm with you each step of the way so that you can navigate when it's best to choose rest or movement, when it's best to honor a craving or your nutrition, and how to make those things coexist in your life without guilt or stress or overthinking. My Dream Girl Circle is running its last cohort of the year this November, and it's going to be running through the new year, which is such a special time to be doing this work because you'll have me by your side as well as our community to hold you accountable and give you support while you go through and into a new year, setting you up to finish this year so strong even when it doesn't feel possible right now, and enter a new year feeling so confident in how you take care of yourself and the exact steps you're going to take to get to your goals. There will be a link to apply in the description for this video and book a free consultation there. I keep these groups really small and I give seats out in order of that free discovery call date, so make sure you book that ASAP. And subscribe for a new mini training like this every single week where I'm answering your questions and giving you the exact action steps and tangible tools that you need to use and take so that you can unite your physical wellness and your self-love every single day.